All right, Coach Mallory, if you just want to begin just with an opening statement on how your bye week was, how your team handled it, and now getting right back in the game week, I know, against an opponent that you respect very highly.
Yep, I mean, it was good to get a lot of work done this bye week. We had a good week of practice. We've got to have another good week of practice this week. We made a lot of adjustments, a lot of corrections, worked on some things that we got to improve on. Got to make the best improvement from week 1 to week 2.
Where did you feel within last week you were able to focus on those improvements, and why kind of the schedule set up well in terms of trying to work on those improvements between your first game to your second game this weekend?
You know, we had a good balance. We worked a lot on Northwestern, but we also worked a lot against us, and good on good, which we need, the tempo. Did a lot of special teams work, but just all in all, really a good week of practice, good week of preparation. We were able to get a week ahead and practice towards playing our next opponent.
Northwestern is a team I know you've had some experience going against, whether it's been as assistant or even back in your days as a player at Michigan. What do you respect most about Northwestern and just the program that Coach Fitzgerald has built?
Well, our expectations that we live by is what they've established. Their graduation rate is unbelievable. What they do in the academic part, how they represent their program, and how they continue to win championships. Last year they were playing in the Big Ten championship game. They do it year in and year out. I got the utmost respect for Coach Fitzgerald and the program that they have at Northwestern.
What's the most thing you just respect about him as a person? Because I know, from a coaching perspective, you guys cross paths all the time. What do you like most just about Fitz as a person? Even though I know he's a competitor Saturday.
He's first class. Always has been. He's as good a person off the field. When you get a chance to sit down and talk to him, loves Northwestern. He was a player there. You can see the passion he has towards the university. But you know what? Just a genuine first-class guy.
Of course, your dad had the coach against him when he played at Northwestern. Do you remember having any conversations with your dad about how tough Coach Fitz was?
Yeah, well, he was a heck of a player. I got a chance to watch him, in his career, and was a tremendous player. Got into the coaching profession. Obviously we've crossed paths quite a bit. Had brothers that worked with him, but he's done a great job in this profession. He's one of the best there is.
When you look at his team defensively, no surprise is sometimes their calling card. They were a defense last year that just averaged just over 15 points per game that they given up. Brandon Joseph is a All-American. They're on the back end, their first consensus All-American since 2000. How would you describe their defense and kind of what you saw in game 1 from their defense?
Well, they're very sound. They play hard, very disciplined. They're good up front. I really like their secondary. Linebackers are active. But you watch last year's film, you watch this year's film. They're a very, very good defense.
I know week 1 probably wasn't necessarily the result that Coach Fitz and his team wanted. What were your biggest takeaways just from their first game against Michigan State?
Well, an experience playing Northwestern, they're going to make, just like us, they're going to make their biggest improvement from week 1 to week 2, and I think they're really, really good. And, they're going to get some things corrected, and they're going to be a really, really good opponent this weekend.
Offensively, they lost Cam Porter in training camp, who was a huge running back for them. But despite that, I know that's a running back room that you still feel like you go up and down.
Yeah.
You respect very highly.
Yeah, really, really good running back crew. I really like Hull. Boy, is he a downhill runner. He can take it the distance. He can hit the home run. They run hard. They'll run through you. We don't gang tackle. They'll run through it. But they're really good, and they got a really good freshman running back too. And so, really a good group of running backs. And when you watch them on film, they're impressive.
Hunter Johnson's an Indiana guy. Went to Brownsburg. Of course, had great success there. Transferred into Northwestern. Got the starting job in 2019 for the team. wasn't the best result in terms of their season, but he's bounced back and re-earned that starting role. Had a really good first game against Michigan State, specifically in the second half. How impressed have you been with Hunter Johnson? More of, I'm sure you probably knew his background watching him in this state.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Hunter was elected team captain. You know, when you come in and you establish yourself, you know, in a new program and gain the respect of your teammates, says a lot about you. But he's elected captain. He's active. He's athletic. He can throw it. He's a smart player, and you know, he's a really good quarterback.
Let's go back to your team and the challenge at hand to try to beat the first Power 5 team ever in program history. You look through the first couple weeks, Coach, in week 0 and week 1, there's been plenty of FCS teams that have gone on the road, have gone into tough environments and pulled out wins. What's the message for your group as you prepare for this weekend to try to accomplish that tall task?
Well, we got a great opponent, first of all, but it's about us, you know, getting better from week 1 to week 2, and that's been the main focus this week, and it'll be the main focus. It was the main focus last week.